3, 2, 1. Do the countdown again. Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, these two machines are going to make their debut at the Detroit Motor Show in the first part of 2016. The brand new Turbo and Turbo S versions of the 911. Now right off the bat, the Turbo version comes with a reworked 3.8-liter twin turbocharged flat 6 mated with a 7-speed PDK gearbox. The vehicle makes 540 brake horsepower and 523 pounds-feet of torque. 0 to 60 comes in at 2.9 seconds with a top speed of 189 miles an hour. Now, if you get the coupe version, it'll cost you $159,200, or the Cabrio version will come in at $171,500 US. Now, if you jump up to the Turbo S, it comes with the same reworked 3.8-liter twin turbocharged flat 6, now making 580 brake horsepower and 553 pounds-feet of torque. Again, shifted to that same 7-speed PDK gearbox, and now the 0 to 60 run comes in at just 2.8 seconds with a top speed of 205 miles an hour. If you go for these versions, the starting price for the coupe version comes in at $188,100 US or $200,400 for the convertible version. Now, these vehicles are going to be debuting in Detroit, but guess what? They're going to be going on sale around the world in April, so you better get your pennies together. Next up on the list, the folks over at Nismo had a nice little sit-down with the folks over at TopGear.com. TopGear.com actually asked them, have you ever considered building your own automobile, maybe even a supercar? Nismo had a very nice answer when they said, yes, it has been thought of, has been talked about, and discussed inside of the company. I see this as a very good situation for Nismo because, you know what, they're the performance arm of Nissan. Nissan obviously builds some high-performance machines, especially with the GTR, and there's already a Nismo Edition version of that machine. But if the Nismo Edition could jump above that weight limit and build an all-out supercar, it wouldn't compete with the folks over at Nissan. And they've already got that 3.8-liter twin turbocharged V6 out of the GTR that would go nicely maybe in a mid-engine platform. So, again, this is all speculation. Nismo has not said anything about actually building anything like this, but I like where their mind is. Next up on the list, this fantastic machine debuted at the last Grand Prix race for the Formula One circus just a week ago in Abu Dhabi. This is the brand new Zarooq Sand Racer. Now, this vehicle may look a little bit familiar as far as its body panel wise because the same fella who designed the body panels for these designed that Lykan Hypersport. But this machine is not a sports car. This is an off-road machine. This vehicle comes with a Nissan-sourced 3.5-liter normally aspirated V6, making 300 brake horsepower. Zarooq already said that there's a 400 and 500 brake horsepower version in the works as we speak. It's followed up by a 6-speed sequential paddle-shifted automatic gearbox, and it'll do a top speed of 124 miles an hour, which is not that impressive, but when you think about the kind of terrain that this vehicle can do, because those massive 35-inch tall BF Goodwrench tires wrapped around 15-inch aluminum wheels have 13 to 18 inches of up and down wheel travel, so this can do that type of speed over a wide variety of terrains. In fact, the Zarooq folks have already put together a bespoke racing series with a custom-made racing circuit just specially made for this machine. These vehicles will be going on sale in the UAE in the next several months. In fact, in January of 2016, so just in a month's time, this vehicle will be going on sale with the equivalent of $100,000 US. One of the first machines to be built in the United Arab Emirates. I actually have quite a thing for this particular machine and would love to see this thing go on sale in the European market, maybe stateside. We'll have to wait and see. And did I mention that this thing is street legal in the UAE? Of course, there probably isn't a whole lot that isn't street legal in the United Arab Emirates, so we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this machine. Next up on the list, you may recognize this vehicle. It's the all-autonomous RS7 Audi. Now, why am I showing off this picture? Well, it's just basically for the autonomous part, because guess what? There is a group putting together an autonomous racing series, which doesn't sound like it would be any good, at least to me. This will be run as a sideline circuit race that'll be run as a support series in the Formula E, the all-electric Grand Prix series that's going to be running off next year in its second season. Now, the autonomous car things, they're kind of made not to run into each other, and there's none of that inside drive, if you will, for a racer who wants to pass that person ahead of them. There's not that drive inside of an autonomous machine, at least not that I know of. So this thing could either be awesome or it could end up with a huge pileup going into turn one. So cannot wait for this new autonomous series. It just doesn't sound like it would be that good, but it may be excellent though as well. Next up on the list, you may recognize this young chap. This is the late Paul Walker. In fact, we're just past the 2-year anniversary of Mr. Walker's tragic passing along with his friend Roger Rodas, where they perished in a Porsche Carrera GT about this time 2 years ago. In a weird situation that now just come to light, Mr. Walker's father, Paul Walker Sr., is now filed a lawsuit against the Porsche Group for a wrongful death lawsuit. I find this to be a little bit interesting. Number one, because Mr. Walker wasn't driving the machine, so why is he suing Porsche? But not to mention the whole deal of why did this take 2 years to come together? But we'll keep you in tune if we hear any more about this deal. And last up on the list, we're going to talk a little bit of Top Gear. Yes, Chris Evans and the new Top Gear is getting ready to go into production. Now we have a release date for the first ever episode. And it wasn't April like initially thought or initially reported. It's now going to stretch into the month of May. May 8th of 2016, the first ever brand new series of Top Gear will be shown on the BBC. Now, we haven't heard the rest of the lineup, or now there's a lot of talk that there may not be 3 people. There may only be 2 folks doing this particular new generation Top Gear. And the Top Gear may not look a whole lot like the old version, which I think might be a great idea. So we'll have to wait and see. I cannot wait to see this new edition of the Top Gear franchise. Again, May 8th, 2016. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Don't forget to like us over on the Facebook page. Got new stuff up there every day. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so anytime and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again real soon. Uh-oh, poop. I think I went away. But okay.